Today, we are building a diorama for my newly completed battleship Prince of Wales. Despite her short time in service, Prince of Wales carved her name into the history, from scoring 3 hits during the interception of Bismarck to the grim honor of becoming the first capital ship solely sunk by air power on the open sea. So in today's video, I'll capture the Naval Battle of Malaya in miniature. I kick things off from a piece of styrene for the base. Thankfully, FlyHawk's kit comes with a waterline plate, which make outlining the hole's shape super easy. For cutting a slot for the ship, I grab my trusty model saw. When cutting the styrene, make sure to follow the line and cut all the way through, and then just gently push the centerpiece downwards. This is where the ship will be installed later. Now for the water itself. I wasn't thrilled with aluminum foil waves in my Arizona diorama, so this time I'm using modeling clay for more dynamic and realistic sea waves. I fetched a bunch of clay and start to squeeze and tweeze it until it's ready for use. I then spread a thin layer of clay across the base, giving it some thickness for wave shaping. Then, using a dotting tool dipped in water, I tapped the surface to create random concaves for the chaotic texture of restless ocean. Next, with a smaller dotting tool, I carved in ship's wake. I imagined an invisible line beside the ship, then pushed the clay towards it. To be fair, the orientation of the wakes are probably not so scientific, but from acoustic perspective, I will give it a pass. After that, more randomness was added to the waves by tapping with the dotting tool, because the ocean is never uniform. All in all, the water base took about 2.5 hours to sculpt in a single night. Once the clay dried, I brushed on a layer of Mod Podge, giving the waves that beautiful reflective shine they have in real life. Shout out to this comment from the previous build. I think Mod Podge works great. The next step is painting. I used a mixture of blue for the sea color. I gave the surface 2 layers of thin paint and 1 thicker layer for the side facing the stern. This should simulate different brightness when one side of the wave is facing away from the light source. I also added a lighter shade around the hull to hint at the bubbles that churn from the moving ship. To finish it off, I framed the base with simple wooden strips I picked up at the dollar store. And with that, our ocean base was ready. Now for the attacking Type 96 Nell bombers. I used Pitrose 700 scale IJN aircraft set 8. This kit conveniently includes 4 Nells, exactly what I needed. Fun fact, these bombers flew with their landing gear exposed. To replicate that tiny detail, I sliced off half of the wheel and glued it under the landing gear pod. For painting, I followed the reference diagram printed at the back of the box. What a lifesaver! I painted the bottom of the plane in grey and covered it with masking tapes. For the camel, I chose IJN green for the first color because it has a smaller area to cover. Blue tag is used once again as my masking material, and I make sure to avoid the mistakes I made during the Prince of Wales camel painting. After painted wood brown as the last color, I let the paint dry and then start to remove the masking. Although I think this camel would probably make the plane more pop against the blue sea, I have no problem painting it for my diorama. The engine covers and wheels are brush painted in black, because it saves a lot of time compared to masking the entire plane. I add a panel lining on both sides of the bombers, and apply a layer of wash to make it more realistic. This pit road kit comes with detailed decal set. Some of them you might need to use a mug fit to help with fitting. Finally, I swap out the plastic propellers for photo etch spinning ones so that the nails can fly in the sky. Next up, the crew. To honor the brave Royal Navy sailors who fought during the battle, I added 3D printed figures left over from my Titanic build. Each pom-pom gun mount needed 8 crewmen, and I also needed extras for machine gun nests. So I prepared about 60 figures in total. I painted all of them in dark blue, but I wasn't able to add more colors because they are just too small to work on. Now for the final assembly. The Prince of Wales slid perfectly into the cutout in the base. After that, I carefully placed all sailors at their battle stations. For the gaps around the hull, they were filled with gel medium, which I also used to enhance the ocean surface. If your gel medium starts to dry out, dip the brush with water. It becomes much easier to work with. Finally, I installed the bombers, with one of them bursting into flames after being struck by the anti-air firepower. And with that, the diorama was complete. The Naval Battle of Malaya captured in a miniature. I hope you enjoyed this build. If you want to know how I built the battleship Prince of Wales in camouflage, check out the video on the screen, and I will see you over there.